farmer Ryan McAthon.
I mean, we're already below cost of production on soybeans.
By one estimate, Trump's tariffs could cost households an average of $4,700 per year. Apple is now reportedly chartering cargo flights carrying as many as 1.5 million iPhones to the U.S. to beat the tariffs. The trade war also affecting Hollywood, Beijing announcing the restriction of imported American films.
ABC's Perry Russum. Tesla just suspended taking new orders for Model S and Model X vehicles on its Chinese website. Didn't say why. Despite what most studies say, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has said that vaccines cause autism. Now, as the U.S. Health Secretary, he's ordering an investigation to any possible link.
We've launched a massive testing and research involve hundreds of scientists from around the world.
He promises answers by September. Bring him back, says the U.S. Supreme Court, ruling unanimously that the Trump administration must return a man mistakenly deported and sent to a prison in El Salvador. Kilmar Abrego Garcia has protected legal status, and a separate ruling years ago had prevented him from being deported specifically to El Salvador.
And now we're going to be on the video live stream. So good morning and welcome to the video live stream. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Wyble. And in studio this morning is Andrew Green from the WSJM newsroom. That one over there next to, and if you wouldn't mind, turn the TV off behind you there. Yeah, that one. Just turn that one off and then sit in that green chair right there. Yep. Otherwise, the camera won't be able to see you.
Ken's really bossy.
I am bossy today.
Shut that off. Sit down. Speak. Clock.
I haven't said clock yet this morning.
I know.
I said, did you hear me? I said clock to one of my guests.
I did not hear that.
Yeah. It was in a nice way, a very nice way. Not very abrupt at all.
All day long in the back of my head.
Are you talking to clients at Baird Private Wealth Management? Talking to clients and then all of a sudden you just clock.
Right. Clock. And I just get up and walk out of the room.
Good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. It's the video live stream for Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
Did you have a good week?
It's been a wild week.
Oh, because of the markets.
Yeah, just because of that.
Yeah. Were you surprised at all by the market activity this week?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how you could not be surprised, especially on Tuesday when it was.
I mean, let's be honest.
Back and forth.
Any movement in the market, up, down, sideways, whatever, is a surprise.
Yeah.
To people like me who have no idea how to invest and that kind of thing. But the president making the tariff announcements and then following through with the tariff stuff sent the market into a tailspin for a while.
Definitely.
Came back on some fake news, and then it came back on some real news,
right? Which
then wasn't enough news to keep things going up.
Right.
So where are we headed today?
Right now, where the market is supposed to open up.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be positive.
Okay. So people are supposed to put their money back in to feel good about it before they go golfing this weekend.
Well, and I think people just realize that there's a lot of this is overreaction one way or the other, both good and bad. And so as coming to one of the most turbulent weeks in history of ups and downs of the market, at some point you just have to be like,
pull that down, would you?
Taking a deep breath, enjoying the fact that it's Friday, and
there you go. Perfect. That's excellent. Sorry, I was listening.
Yeah, what did I say?
Be calm about the market.
Be kind to others.
Be kind to others. Be treated as you want to be treated as stocks. No, I'm sorry. So here in the studio this morning is Andrew Green, and he is the heartbeat of our WSJM newsroom. And so next week I'm going to take some time and go train to learn how to do my job better. So
I thought you were going to take the train. I was like, what?
No, I wouldn't get there if I were going to take the train. No, I'm going to go to some work required training. So that's coming up next week. So Andrew has agreed to fill in for me. So he'll be hosting you and a few others next week, starting Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll have Andrew Green in the studio. So thank you, Andrew, for doing that. Good morning. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's Friday. I'm very happy. It's my second favorite day of the week, I think, because Thursday's my favorite.
I thought you were going to say Monday and Friday were your favorite.
Monday and Friday are my favorite. Okay, we've got to get back to the show. It's 7:04 here on the WSJM Morning Show.
To 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. It's 7:05. It's Friday, April 11th.
11.
It's the 11th day of April already. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Wyble. It's going to be a fun show. We have a guest in studio this hour, Andrew Green, who is from our WSJM newsroom. And so he like I said before, he's the heartbeat of the newsroom, but he also does a lot of the movie flick picks.
Yeah.
And so we
look forward to.
We look forward to that.
Are we getting one today?
We're not getting one today.
What?
Well, because he's here.
But we'll be live.
Well, and we're gonna do a live flick smorgasbord.
Oh.
Not a pick per se, but we'll have a whole array of things that we can choose from. So we'll have that in just a moment right here on the WSJM Morning Show. First off, we should probably talk about some weather because we love talking about it when it's going to be good. Well, and bad as well, but it's going to be good weather this weekend.
It's going to be really good.
Mike has a smirk on his face. If you're not on the video live stream, you can't see it, but he's smiling wall to wall because he's going to be out there checking the grounds this weekend.
All that.
Making sure hitting golf balls this weekend. When's the last time you lost a golf ball?
In like playing actual golf.
Playing actual golf. No, not when you're mowing the yard, but when you're playing golf. When's the last time you lost a golf ball?
At Harbor Shores on a regular basis.
Okay. That means you're human then.
Yes, I am definitely human.
You ever lose a ball on the first hole?
Yes.
Okay, I lost many on the first hole.
At Harbor Shores, if you go right, over in the wheat, you could.
Well, you go right, you go left, anywhere into that grass.
Yes,
you're in big trouble.
I've lost balls left as well. So
okay, I think I only lost to the left. I didn't lose to the right. Anyway, we digress.
Yes.
Let's talk about the weather forecast for this weekend. Starting with today, partly sunny skies today, a high around 50, winds out of the north 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast is going to be partly cloudy, a low around 30, north winds 5 miles per hour. Saturday's forecast, mostly sunny, a high around 56, and north winds 5 miles per hour. So tomorrow is going to be the best day of our weekend, I think, because it's going to be mostly cloudy. Mostly sunny. Unless well, you don't need the sun this much. I mean, remember, we're in Michigan. We got to get conditioned back to the sun.
Yeah, but the sun's not very hot right now.
You go up on the sun. You tell me that. Sunday's forecast, increasing clouds, a 30% chance of rain showers, high of 63 and a low of 40. Why can't we have the mostly sunny and 63? Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh yeah, I'd like that.
But I think we're gonna get some sunshine on Sunday. It's only going to be increasing clouds. Let's looking around the corner to Monday. It's partly sunny, a 30% chance of rain showers, high of 60 on Monday. Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 50. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a high of 53. And then Thursday of next week, partly sunny, only a slim chance of rain, and a high around 55 degrees. So you see where things are going.
Yeah.
Warmer.
In the right direction.
Progressively warmer, absolutely. Tigers did not play yesterday. They will play today. They'll play tonight at 8:10 this evening. They're in Minnesota to take on the Twins. I don't know anything about the Twins. You know anything about the Twins, Andrew? No? Okay.
I know they don't have any stinking torpedo
bats. They might. Everyone's probably picking up some. It's like a manager sending people out. Go get some bats. Go to Dick's Sporting Goods and get some bats. Torpedo bats. I want the biggest torpedoes they have.
I wonder how many people are walking into stores wanting to know, do you carry the torpedo bat?
We'd like torpedo bats, please. Yeah. Do you make them out of aluminum? Thank you. All right. Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom this morning. This is a concerning story. It's up north of here in Allegan County. The sheriff's office currently searching for a missing person in the Saugatuck Township area. We've been talking about this. The missing person is 67-year-old Nancy Louise Eichler O'Connell. She was last seen yesterday afternoon about 1:45 at her residence. The sheriff's office says she doesn't have a vehicle, so she was on foot, they suspect, did not take her phone with her when she left the residence, and unfortunately has a heart condition for which she needs medication. The sheriff's office confirms they have actually now been searching. They searched late last night an area of the Kalamazoo River in Douglas. No reports on exactly why they were searching that area or what led them to that area. Sheriff's office asks anyone who might come in contact with Nancy to please contact the Allegan County Sheriff's Office. If you don't know her, you want a photo, we have it posted at our website, WSJM.com. Take a look at that. If you have any information, again, call the Allegan County Sheriff's Office. Other news, M139 in Berrien Springs will be under construction next week. Michigan Department of Transportation spokesman Nick Sharippa telling us the work will begin next Monday to repave 3.5 miles of M139 stretching from Deans Hill Road to Hinchman Road.
Just kind of a refresh, if you will. Get a new pavement surface down, help out our pedestrians, make it a little safer for them, especially at that key location, which I think is a school right there. So want to make that as safe as possible. And
the $2.7 million investment will involve asphalt repaving, the installation of a new pedestrian sidewalk near Berrien Springs Middle School, as well as upgrades to sidewalk ramps and pavement markings. Sharippa says MDOT has already communicated with the school and will work to maintain access for both pedestrians and motorists.
That's something everybody should be aware of, not just pedestrians, but motorists. Certainly as you're moving through a work zone in any mode, you want to be aware of where the work is and what's going on around you. Again, we'll do the best we can to maintain access. We understand that's important, certainly to get to a school, let alone the businesses that are there. So maintaining access is a priority for us.
During the construction, one lane will remain open in each direction with lane closures and traffic regulators in place. The project is estimated to be complete by early August. Berrien County Road Department also actively working on several other projects across the county in the coming weeks. Road Department's Adri Boone tells us that the construction will begin on Warren Woods Road in Chikaming Township starting this Monday as well.
This is a continuation of the project that started on Warren Woods last year from Red Arrow Highway to the I-94 overpass. So finished product will look just like it does to the west. It is looking to widen the roadway. It is looking to address drainage structures throughout the scope of the work. With that being said, during construction, Warren Woods Road will be closed to through traffic.
While local traffic will be allowed in the near term, there will be a full closure later this summer when the culverts are replaced. Completion of the work is expected by November. In other road matters, Boone confirmed that the Coloma Road Bridge project was completed on schedule, and she says for now, no additional work is needed.
Big wait period was the cure time for the material used to fill the bridge deck holes that were repaired. So it was just making sure that that material was able to be strength tested to make sure it met the standards and requirements necessary to allow traffic to resume.
As the weather warms up, construction crews will be out and about, and all drivers are reminded to use caution around the road crews, slow down, and respect detours when they're posted. And finally, next week is Animal Care and Control Appreciation Week across the nation. Did you know this?
Say that again.
Animal Care and Control Appreciation Week.
Oh.
Yeah, the Berrien County Animal Services is asking the public, as well as others around the nation, to take a moment to thank staff and volunteers for what they do for our four-legged citizens. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You don't like dogs? You don't like cats? What's the deal?
I do. The care
confused?
thing is awesome, but then they throw the control, and then I'm like,
just imagine you're trying to control somebody who, you want on the morning show.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like a co-host kind of thing.
Oh.
Speaking to county commissioners this week, shelter manager Ashley Herr said a lot of critters find a place to stay and their forever homes thanks to the people who do a lot of great work at Animal Services.
Every month we take in about 75 dogs and about 30 cats. This last month was kind of an outrageous month for us. We got over 80 dogs in and we got over 80 cats in. Months like that happen. But the really exciting thing is that on average, we adopt out 20 to 30 dogs, about 10 to 20 cats.
Harris says that last month was a record month with 10 adoptions in just one day. She said Animal Services does a lot more than just housing and adopting dogs and cats.
We have boarding resources. We have dog training resources. We have grooming resources. If you are trying to figure out, okay, we have umpteen vets in our county, who is the best one? We don't play favorites, but we do have a complete list.
Harris said the next goal for Animal Services is to achieve no-kill status at the shelter, which can be done when 90% of the animals are successfully released into homes. Right now, it's at 95% for cats and 87% for dogs, meaning that the goal is within reach. That's good news. Getting no-kill status.
Unless you're part of the 13% of dogs that don't make it.
That's yeah.
Not good.
Okay, Getting no-kill status will open up grant opportunities and give Animal Services another point of pride. Her also noted that there will be an adoption special next week with $25 dog adoptions and $10 cat adoptions. Sorry, cat owners. Your cats aren't worth as much. No, I love cats. I love dogs. I love cats. I love them both equally. Except I love dogs more.
Yeah. I love dogs more.
All right. So that's a look at some of the news that we're following in the WSJM newsroom. It is the WSJM Morning Show at 7:15. We've got a lot to talk about this hour. The governor, we talked about this yesterday. I talked about this yesterday because, Mike, you weren't here.
Well, I talked about it, but you weren't listening.
Oh, that's right. The governor went to Washington, D.C. this week to give a big speech to keep herself on the stage for presidential stuff. And then she went to the White House. And the president, unbeknownst to the governor, according to a spokesman, unbeknownst to the governor, the president brought her into the Oval Office while he was signing a bunch of executive orders.
Yeah.
Well, now people from Governor Whitmer's own party are saying, that's horrible. How dare you?
How dare
How
you?
dare you? So we'll talk a little bit about some of the political blowback the governor is receiving. We'll talk about that and a whole bunch more. China still mad at us.
Are they?
Well, they seem like it.
Or is it just a lover's quarrel?
We'll see. We'll talk about that and more. It's 7:16. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Sports right now with Dave Wolf on the video live stream, YouTube and Facebook. Go to your video platform, your social media platform of choice, and take a look at that. We've got it right now on WSJM.
For the first time in program history, Western Michigan hockey.
Phones, and here we go. And Andrew, you've scooted off camera and you're nowhere near your microphone where you need to be. There you go. Yeah, that is your microphone. Okay. Good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show.
Thank you.
It's the video live stream. Our special guest this morning is
Green.
Andrew Green, and he does. He's in the WSJM newsroom.
Right.
He's also
from the news team that I can't become a part of.
He is
though I try and try and try.
Show me a story that you've written.
I'm a source.
Hold up on one hand how many stories you've written this week.
Well, I'm not employed by the news team.
Andrew, what should
benevolently give out stuff? That would be a compromise my contract.
Andrew, what to define a news person? What do you think the bare minimum qualification should be for Mike here? Good morning, by the way.
Good morning. I suppose you should write news.
Okay, have you written news?
Sure.
Show us one story.
I will. I don't have it in my pocket, but I'll show it to you.
I think other qualifications would be trustworthy and, able to research and bring forward facts.
Okay,
that are relevant, informative, timely, and engaging.
Let me drop some facts on you.
Okay. So we're in trouble now.
Yankees torpedo bat. How much does it cost to make a torpedo bat?
This I don't know. Did you find it out?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I researched it, and then I'm about to deliver some news.
How many sources did you confirm this cost through?
This is through the Google AI overview, but I've looked at 3 different sources.
You're trusting AI. Okay, you looked at 3 sources. That's fine. I'll accept that.
Okay.
Tell our listeners, our fine listeners. By the way, everyone says good morning this morning. So let's see. Bill says good morning. Mike says good morning. Diane says good morning. Good morning, Diane. Bill says good morning. And then Bill says the torpedo bats didn't help the Yankees. Detroit beat New York. That is true. They beat them 2 out of 3 games.
Just because they're superior.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That is true. And it's not just the bats. They're superior in every other way as well.
Right.
Okay. So torpedo
bat.
Yeah. And then we'll get to Andrew Green because we want to talk about him some more.
So, but again, I try to become part of the news team. You got to have some facts. You got to have some. So I have it for you, and then you just side skirt me off the conversation, and now you're kind of like, oh yeah, what were we talking about?
Here, hang on a second.
Important anymore.
Hang on a second. I think.
Yeah,
I didn't bring my violin today.
Yeah, I'm sure. Your wambulance.
Yes.
Call the wambulance.
Call the wambulance. Go ahead. Torpedo bats.
I don't think it's important anymore.
You're killing me. How much is it?
$200
for one bat?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah.
That's it?
Crazy cheap.
That's really cheap. How much is a regular bat?
I would think more than that, but they said to make them for the cost base, both the material and the manufacturing of is around $200.
Oh, okay.
So I was expecting $1,200, $2,000. It was like, this is bargain basement prices.
Okay. All right. This is overdue. We need to introduce our guest here, who is not really a guest because he's been
important.
No, that's very
Anything
important.
I shared was not important.
All right, fine.
I'm not part of the news team. Andrew is, though. I'm sure he'll have important things
Andrew
to say.
Green is here. He's normally in the afternoons. He came in this morning. So thank you very much, Andrew, for coming in, and thanks for filling in for me next week while I'm out at training. And I'll take one personal day as well. But Andrew, for those who don't know you, just give us an overview. Who are you? Where are you from? What's going on?
Well, I work in the WSJM newsroom. I'm from Detroit originally. I've been in this area since 2007.
Okay. All right. And Detroit area, any neighborhood in particular people might recognize?
I grew up in Macomb Township, Macomb County.
Okay. All right.
I guess if you're from there, you would know where it is.
You are, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are a fairly new Detroit Tigers fan. Well, I don't know. Explain your affinity to the Tigers.
Oh, well, I was a fan of them when I was a kid.
Okay.
Followed them closely then, and then sort of just random seasons since. Sometimes I'll pay attention, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Last year I paid close attention all season.
Yeah. You expect you're going to be paying close attention to the Tigers again this season?
Once they start playing some night games, yes.
Okay. Tonight's the night. They'll play at 8:10.
Then I'll probably listen.
All right. Okay. And you can listen right here on your official Detroit Tigers radio station, WSJM.
News, talk, and Tiger sport.
All right. Thank you for joining us. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning, John, as well. Good to have you here. We'll be back with the WSJM Morning Show in just a moment right here on the Morning Show.
Like cloudy tonight, we drop back down to 30, so we're below freezing. And then for Saturday, mostly sunny skies, high temperatures at 56. The winds will stay pretty light on Saturday. 60 on Sunday, but we do see a few scattered rain showers. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:22. Good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Wyble. Shadowing in the studio because he's going to help out next week is Andrew Green from the WSJM Newsroom. And so, Andrew, we look forward to you running the helm here next week. This will be fun. You'll have some good special guests in studio, so people will have to tune in and find out who. Tuesday through Friday of next week. But and feel free to chime in on the news stories we're going to talk about here in just a moment. The also do want to say congratulations again to St. Joseph High School kids, the winners of the Academic Challenge Championship last night at Signature Dealer Group. Yeah, we had the Academic Challenge Championship happening last night. St. Joseph beating New Buffalo. Final score was 350 to 175. They take home the 2025 trophy. Congratulations to all 13 teams that participated in WSJM's Academic Challenge this year. And again, congratulations to the St. Joseph Bears. They are this year's winner of the 2025 Academic Challenge Championship. And winning the News Challenge Championship is Mike Wyble, who is checking his news feed on Candy Crush right now as we speak.
I'm conversing with the video live stream people.
Oh, what are they saying?
Well, they're saying good morning, but
okay.
And I'm letting them know how they're going to get how they could win a pen.
Oh, that's right. We discovered a box of Moody on the Market pens, and these are no simple pen.
No,
these are fidget spinner pens.
Well, you can be hypnotized with.
You can be hypnotized. Right. You can't see it on the camera yet. I could zoom in, but I'm not going to right now. Not going to right now. But we do have pens, so people on the video live stream, we'll keep that for the video live stream.
Right.
And let people know how they can get their pens.
Right. So you'll have to be on the video live stream to know how to do that.
That is exactly right. And I will tell you, these pens are a lot of fun, and they're a little bit dangerous because you can be in a conversation and just start going with the fidget that's on it.
Yeah.
It'll start making noise. It'll dominate the conversation.
And it's got the little the rubber back end. So if you're doing your tablet.
The what?
Little rubber back end here.
Rubber baby bumper buggies. What is it? Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Sure.
Say it.
No, I'm not.
All right. It's a tongue twister. All right. Anyway, so we'll talk about that on the video live stream on YouTube or Facebook, WSJM Morning Show. Tune in over there and find out how to get your free pens. Okay. China, yes, is today, because it's always today there before it is here, has already decided to retaliate against our tariff stuff. President Donald Trump has his reciprocal tariffs out there. China has now raised its levies on U.S. goods to 125% from 84%. That's what the Chinese Finance Ministry said. Even if the U.S. continues to impose higher tariffs, it will no longer make economic sense, and it will become a joke in the history of the world economy. That's what the Chinese Foreign Ministry said in a statement. With tariff rates at the current level, there is no longer a market for U.S. goods imported into China. That's what the statement said, adding that if the U.S. government continues to increase tariffs on China, Beijing will ignore. Yeah,
look away. They're not even going to pay attention.
Remember before they were saying they were going to fight to the end,
right?
And now they're saying they're just going to ignore us,
right?
And that we were bullies. It's a war of words.
I'm telling you, it's like, I know you are, but what am I?
The Trump administration has confirmed that the U.S. tariff rate on Chinese imports now effectively totals 145%. 145%. Trump's latest executive order boosted reciprocal tariffs on Beijing to 125%, and you stack that on top of a combined 20% fentanyl-related tariff that was imposed in February and March. This is the end of the escalation in terms of bilateral tariff rates. Both China and the U.S. have sent clear messages. There is no point of raising tariffs further. That's according to Zhui Zhang, president and chief economist at Pinpoint Asset Management. The next step would be to evaluate the damage to the economic activities in the U.S. and China, he said, adding that there is no sign that the two governments will start negotiations anytime soon and avoid the major disruption in global supply chains. So China and the U.S., you think China will get anybody on their side to go against the U.S.? That's what they're looking to do right now.
They're trying to find some support.
You know,
but don't you think at some point, don't you think Trump's just going to be like, okay, 1 million. What? 1 million% tariff on China.
1 million. And then that will effectively shut everything down. Right. I don't know. I mean, everything, for the longest time, we've been looking at our goods, and sometimes you turn them over to see where they're made. A lot of stuff's made in China right now.
It is.
And that's gonna cause quite a bit of economic, I would say, uncertainty at the outset, if not higher prices. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, I know the ultimate outcome that the president is seeking is to keep and drive more manufacturing here in the United States.
Right.
And how long that will take, if you've got brick and mortar already in place and the machines and the tools and dies and everything else, great. If you don't, that's a problem.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to order those dies, machines, and tools from China.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I love buying local.
Yeah, but I do think a lot of this is again blustering to a future settlement. I don't think it's. I mean, at this point, 150, 185% tariff. I mean, you might as well just say 1 million, because at some point, it's who's going to blink first and come to the table. Everybody else is paused, so nobody else is paying attention, and now it's just Xi Jinping and President Trump staring at each other through binoculars.
Well, and if China gets any other allies to go along with it, I mean, I think you've already got, as far as a military alliance, you've got China, Iran, North Korea, Russia, and so if you transfer that defense unity over to a trade policy, you might have some impact, but probably not much. I mean, I don't think we have many goods that are made in North Korea. No. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think we do.
No, I don't think we do.
Yeah, just for a number of different reasons. And Russia, I mean, that cooled down when they invaded Ukraine. Iran, I don't know how much we get from that area. I mean, oil imports are a problem for them in the first place.
Well, in China,
or exports rather.
China's markets have been getting smacked over all this. I mean, they're down, and one of our biggest exports to China is LP gas out of Louisiana. And so if they want to tariff that, I mean, they need it.
They need that, yeah. Okay. The governor of Michigan was in Washington, D.C. this week. We talked about this at length earlier this week. The visit was on Wednesday. It was during a trip to Washington, D.C., where she put a spotlight on manufacturing and talking about how we should build ships and airplanes and computer chips and all kinds of other stuff here. She also, right out of the gate, addressed the tariff situation, essentially aligning herself with the president on the goals for what he was trying to do with the trade policy, and being that, bringing more manufacturing back here and endorsing free trade. But the governor now getting some blowback from people within her own party, because after her speech that she delivered somewhere in Washington, D.C., that really is kind of keeping her foot in the door for a presidential race in the next presidential. She went to the White House to meet with the president. It was supposed to be a private meeting, she thought. Are you going to play on your phone? What are you doing over there?
I'm talking to Bill.
Well, just wait. Bill can wait. Bill can wait. That's why we do the show.
Okay,
so
Bill.
we talk.
Sorry, I'll talk in a minute.
Okay. But she was supposed to have a private meeting with the president.
Yeah.
And instead, she shows up at the White House to have a meeting with the president, and he pulls her into the Oval Office, where you've got a whole bunch of other people, Trump staffers, reporters, cameras that are running live,
all the flashes,
all the stuff that was going on, and he's signing a stack of executive orders. And my son Stuart, he reached out to me and said, how does the governor not know that she's going to be in the Oval Office with all these guys? I said, that happens.
I'm sure it happens.
Yeah, you show up at the West Wing of the White House and say, you check in at the desk, you go through the magnetometer, and you say, I'm here to see the president. My appointment is with the president of the United States. It's at this time. And they go, oh, we've been expecting you, Madam Governor. Thank you for coming. Please have a seat over here. The president will be with you shortly.
Right.
Would you like any water? Would you like any coffee? Anything like that? And then they say, oh, Governor Whitmer, the president's ready for you. Just step right through here. By the way, there's something going on in his office. She's ushered in, and all of a sudden there's everybody else.
Right.
So what do you do?
You're stuck.
You're stuck. You're right there. So she was kind of there behind the cameras for a little while, but eventually the president pulled her into a conversation about Asian carp and one of our Air National Guard bases.
Yeah.
So she stood by as he signed several executive orders, including 2 calling for the Justice Department to probe officials who served in his first administration and called him out for claiming that the 2020 election was stolen. The governor was invited again alongside State House Speaker Matt Hall, as basically Trump was holding court with reporters and signed the executive orders. And photos showed the governor standing what has been termed as uncomfortably against a door in the background as the cameras were rolling. And then the president saying really nice things about the governor. One Democratic operative who say they admire Whitmer and was interviewed for the article that I'm reading from that was granted anonymity so that he or she would be candid about her thoughts for the day, basically said, this is a blanking disaster.
Oh, ouch.
They did not like it. They said, it feels like it removes some of the momentum she had as a politically savvy swing state Democrat.
Ah, interesting.
That's how they're reading it.
Well, but don't you, I mean, I just can imagine Trump getting some internal entertainment out of putting her in a difficult situation.
You think that was the goal there, is that he kind of noticed, well, hey, I know the governor from Michigan hasn't been very critical of me since I came to office, and that she has designs on the Oval Office.
Right.
Does this potentially benefit her more than it does me to have her here? Well, here's what I'm going to do. Come on in.
Right.
We're ready for you.
Hold the pen while I sign this.
Oh, my goodness. The Democratic operative also said it feels like it removes some of the momentum. Whitmer's team has moved quickly to contain the fallout, and they have been working behind the scenes to counter mounting criticism from within her own party. The governor was surprised that she was brought into the Oval Office, they said, during President Trump's press conference without any notice of the subject matter. That's what a spokesperson for the governor said. Her presence is not an endorsement of the actions taken or statements made at that event.
I think it is.
I mean, that's what they want you to think.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is great fodder for political operatives.
Yeah.
They love this stuff on both sides of the aisle. I would just say, take a chill pill. I mean, here's the governor who's not afraid to meet with somebody who's a lightning rod for criticism.
Right.
And on the other, in the opposing party, you got to have open dialogue. Yeah, I think today we have too many people not willing to talk to each other if they don't have an R or D behind their name.
Well, and I think we've become so divisive that you show up and you're standing behind what is basically the seat of democracy in the world, and you're part of that system. And because you were there on the wrong moment at the wrong time, somehow now you've lost momentum.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I just think, again, reading way too much into it, and I think people are just looking for reasons to throw somebody under the bus.
You know,
which
and
is unfortunate.
Well, and if you think about it, if you think about Democratic operatives are working for somebody, and maybe they're working for Gavin Newsom, or maybe they're working for another top Democrat who might want that Oval Office position, the nomination from the Democrat Party, and they're going to do everything they can to mudsling at their competition.
Right.
You know, so to eat their own before they eat others.
Yeah.
That's the mantra. 7:35. We're way off track here. We've got to get some news in. Importantly, we got to talk about the financial markets. The Bloomberg Market Minute's coming up in a couple of minutes. We'll have the latest world and national news from ABC. Mike has devised some cool thing here where we're giving away Moody on the Market pens, but only on the video live stream. So we'll let you have that in just a moment, right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
Would you call free checking that pays you cash back on purchases unbelievable? No. It's
back on the video live stream. It's 7:36. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Wyble, and somewhere off in the distance is Andrew Green. There he is. I hope you're not working on news stories already. Oh, Mike, here. Do you want me to hold it? Here, give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, okay. So what Mike is holding up right now, do the fidget spin thing. You got to go closer. There you go. Okay. See how cool that is? So it's a fidget spinner pen. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Go sit down.
Sit down. Lock.
So Mike Wyble, that is the Moody on the Market pen. We have a box of them that we found in our prize closet. It was somebody had knocked it over, so we now have to get rid of them because they're all sitting in my office.
Way to make it a prized possession.
No, it is a prize.
An old box knocked over. We got.
It's like a treasure. It's like your Indiana Jones. You found the secret golden skull or whatever, and now we're giving a great opportunity to give it away. So what did you do? Tell us what you did.
So what the video live stream people need to do is to pick in honor of Andrew Green
being here. Yes,
pick their favorite 80s movie.
Oh, okay. Your favorite movie that was made in the 1980s.
Right. Bill said he likes Six Pack with Kenny Rogers.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's a great movie.
I had to look it up. I was like, I don't remember that one.
I think what we should do, because these are movies and we have Andrew Green's resource here.
Yes.
Andrew, have you seen, we're going to ask you if you've seen each of these movies and your brief thoughts on them, okay? Six Pack with Kenny Rogers.
I have not seen that.
You've not seen that? Okay, it's a silly movie, and if I remember correctly, the premise is you've got a down-and-out race car driver who's imbibing a little bit too much, and somehow he hooks up with these young kids who bring him back to victory.
Right.
Sorry, I just spoiled it.
No, it's good.
That's all right.
Then Diane's favorite is Scarface.
Ooh, Andrew, I know you've seen Scarface.
Yes.
Give us a quick review.
It's a classic. It's good.
Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
It's fun.
Can I say that without cultural appropriation? Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
it's a good movie.
A regular listener named Stephanie.
My
wife.
What
do you think she said? Don't look.
Oh, don't look. Okay. Favorite 80s movie. I think it's the cabin movie, summer camp. What is it? What'd she say?
Poltergeist.
Oh, Poltergeist. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
She'll revise after she's heard me now.
No.
Poltergeist. Okay.
She's getting her Poltergeist Pat Moody pen.
Andrew, I'm pretty sure you've seen Poltergeist. 2-sentence review.
2-second
sentence.
It's another classic horror film.
Okay. Favorite scene from that?
When the graves start popping up out of the ground toward the end.
Well, yeah,
that scared me when I was a
kid. But you didn't move the graves. You moved the headstones, but you didn't move the graves. Yeah, or the bodies or whatever. Yeah, that was a great one. A lot of people I knew had houses that looked just like that, so it was scary.
Oh yeah, that was like
so
suburbia.
Scary.
Have you seen the remake?
No, I think so. Maybe not. Have you?
It came out maybe 10 years ago. It's already been completely forgotten.
Oh, really?
Just watch the original.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the remake, no good. Don't spend time and money on it. Okay.
And then Stephanie came back and said, obviously, Sleepaway Camp.
Okay, Sleepaway Camp. That's the
that's
revision. Yeah, Sleepaway Camp is fun. How many are there? There are like at least 3 Sleepaway Camps.
There's several by now. Yeah.
Okay. Those are fun. So if you've not watched Sleepaway Camp, those are good B grade horror movies.
Yes.
Okay.
With a wonderful ending.
Very graphic, if I remember correctly. All right. We've got to get back to so this is an exclusive just for folks on the video live stream. So thank you, Mike, for coming up with that contest.
You're welcome. Do you have a favorite 80s movie, Ken Lundberg?
Oh, Empire Strikes Back. No, that's not my favorite. I don't know. I'd have to take a look because dates and times,
There's a lot of good ones from the 80s. Of course, it was high school for me, so there's just a lot of.
Would Fast Times at Ridgemont High have come out at that time?
Yep.
Okay.
Fast Times is there.
That was a defining movie. Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, yeah.
Was an emotionally moving movie for me. Andrew, 80s movies?
I would go with the two giants, Back to the Future and Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, Ghostbusters. And Back to the Future.
Right.
All right.
That's like the cinematic torpedo bat of the 80s.
Clock. All right, 7:40. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
The Dow slid just over 1,000 points after the big burst of buying that came on Wednesday. The White House said the tariff on China rose to 145%. China now says it will raise tariffs on all U.S. goods to 125% starting tomorrow and said it plans to ignore any further increases announced by Washington from here. The discount retailer Five Below is asking its vendors to turn away products waiting for shipment in China before they set sail for the U.S. A memo viewed by Bloomberg shows that shipping giant Maersk sent a letter to suppliers on behalf of Five Below, saying that the company has chosen to suspend its cargo shipments because of the U.S. and China tariff impact. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
Good morning and welcome back to the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. It's 7:42. Here with me in the studio is Mike Wyble. Also have Andrew Green, who later on this hour will ask him more about movies because he's usually providing our flick pick.
Yep.
And I imagine he's seen movies this week. And so we'll talk about that. That's coming up later on this hour right here on the WSJM Morning Show. All right. What else have we been talking about this morning? We do need to get to the Moody on the Market update. But first, before we do that, U.S. egg prices are cracking up again.
Yeah.
Cracking up again. Egg prices increased again last month to reach a new record high of an average of $6.23 per dozen. $6.23 per dozen, despite some of the administration's predictions that they would come down. Their egg farms are still having some bird flu outbreak issues. The increase reported Thursday in the Consumer Price Index means consumers and businesses that rely on eggs might not get much immediate relief. Demand for eggs is typically elevated until after Easter. So, I mean, if you're looking at the Easter eggs that the kids are finding out in the yard, you might want to make a map of where you're hiding them so you don't lose any of them.
Yeah, because they're pricey.
They are pricey. Industry experts were expecting the index to reflect a drop in retail egg prices because wholesale egg prices fell significantly in March. University of Arkansas agricultural economist Jada Thompson said the wholesale prices did not start dropping until mid-March, until mid-March. So there may not have been enough time for the average price for the month to decline, and grocery stores may not have immediately passed on the lower pricing to consumers. Can you believe that? How does that happen?
That's ridiculous.
Prices. Have you noticed the gas prices have stayed relatively stable in the last? It wasn't
even though the barrel price is plummeted.
Yeah. Why in the world? I noticed one of the local gas stations that I pass every time, every morning, they were at $3.39 a gallon for the longest time. It's now dropped down to $3.19 a gallon, but that's it. That's the discount has stopped there.
My wife's car takes premium.
Yeah,
and I had to.
What do you mean your wife's car takes premium?
It does.
Well, you could probably put the regular unleaded in it.
Probably could, but
what do you mean? Does it say only premium?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
This car manufactured by OPEC.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
$4.11 yesterday for premium.
Is that all? That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yikes. I oftentimes, at least once a month, will put premium in mine because my understanding is it burns cleaner So therefore, I have less maintenance to do over the long run.
Nice.
In my vehicle.
So thoughtful.
And I tried to share that with my multiple sons, but one of my sons just bought a new car, and he's got an electric vehicle. So all that advice, fatherly advice, gone.
Right.
Out the window.
Now it doesn't matter. Just don't put gas in the car.
Don't put gas in the car. All right, it's 7:45. It's time for the Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And we're talking about Southwest Michigan Dermatology. Southwest Michigan Dermatology, a regional dermatology practice, has announced that Dr. Brittany Valk is joining their team of specialists in their St. Joseph office location. As the practice continues to grow, they say Dr. Valk will be providing full-time coverage for medical, surgical, and aesthetic dermatology. Dr. Valk comes to Southwest Michigan Dermatology with 4 years of experience, specializing in a comprehensive range of dermatology services, from general dermatology to the latest in cosmetic dermatology treatments. With a passion for providing personalized care, Dr. Valk is dedicated to helping patients achieve not only healthy skin, but also their aesthetic goals. So you can read that full article. There's more. There's a picture. Southwest Michigan Dermatology. Congratulations to Dr. Valk for joining that practice. That update is at moodyonthemarket.com. Your Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And I tell you what, I mean, if you have any updates like that you want to share, new people joining your firm, promotions, that kind of thing, send them to us. Send us your story. Just go to moodyonthemarket.com. There's a little box there at the upper right-hand side of the page. It says send your story. You click on that, and you can send us your story, and we'll take a look at it. 9 times out of 10, we love it. We investigate it. We report it. We'll put it up there. Sometimes they're not real, but
sometimes they're fake stories.
Sometimes people send us fake stories, believe it or
news.
not. All right, 7:47. It's the WSJM Morning Show. More in a moment.
United Way of Southwest Michigan's Rock the Boat presented.
Back on the video live stream, we're way off track this morning.
We are. We're running out of time. It's 13 minutes left till the top of the hour.
Listen to you.
And we've got
you're a radio veteran, top of the hour.
Top of the hour, and we've got 3 people that have qualified for new pens.
Only 3?
3.
Oh, go ahead and go through the rules again. For those on our video live stream.
So if you're on the video live stream and you would like a nostalgic Pat Moody pen with a spinner on it.
It's a fidget spinner.
Right. These are collector's items, obviously. And so, so you have to post or comment on what is your favorite movie from the 80s.
Oh, Clint gave us an idea.
He did.
Of what he likes here.
Oh, yeah, it just popped up.
Yeah, Clint says his favorite 80s movie is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Andrew, have you seen this movie?
Many, many times.
Yes. It's a classic.
How would you rate it?
Oh, it'd be up there with among I'd put it in the top 10 films of the 80s.
Okay, I like that.
One of the big ones.
Anything odd or unusual that you know about that movie that you want to share?
You know, I think I just recently watched 10 interesting facts about Ferris Bueller's Day Off video, but I cannot think of one of them.
There was something about the car. I'm trying to remember if it was. I don't think it was a real Ferrari.
That's right. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was like was it a kit car or was it just
like a kit car? I think
something like that, which is makes me feel better because of what happened to the car. I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it.
Just kidding. It fell down. It went into the woods. And what was the guy's name?
Cameron.
Cameron was in deep depression after that. He went lethargic. But no, that was a great movie. Yeah. I love that.
You know, I've heard it suggested there should be a sequel to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's strictly from the perspective of the 2 guys who steal the Ferrari from the parking garage.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
That would be really good. I would love the idea. I love the idea of a sequel, but I could also see it going that direction for sure. They would be included in the sequel, the 2 guys from the parking garage, but it would be all about Ferris skipping work.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe he could be a stockbroker in Chicago. Mm-hmm. He could be a trader or bondsman or something like that. Not a bondsman, you know what I mean? Trades and bonds. And let's see, China and U.S. get in a tariff trade war, and he's taking the day off.
There you go.
Gold.
Writes itself.
Right there.
Does he have to evade his boss for the whole day because he's called in sick or something, but he's not sick?
Yep.
And he's got Cameron with him.
Yep. He picks up Cameron. Cameron is slumped over, leaning up against a garbage can in an alley, still depressed over the Ferrari thing.
Cameron now owns a body shop.
Yeah. What's Sloan doing? Is her name Sloan?
Her name was Sloan.
Okay.
Sloan.
What's she doing?
She's a retired stripper.
Mike!
What?
We could do something better than that for Sloan.
You know, I don't
She's
think
a physicist, an astrophysicist.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I don't think we could bring back Mr. Rooney.
Oh, no, that would be politically incorrect.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, just a moment. We'll be back. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Guys, today we're still looking at cool temperatures, especially to start, but we end up around 50 this afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight. We drop back down to 30, so we're below freezing. And then for Saturday, mostly sunny skies, high temperatures at 56. The winds will stay pretty light on Saturday. 60 on Sunday, but we do see a few scattered rain showers. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
33 degrees in Benton Harbor right now under partly cloudy skies, 34 in St. Joseph. South Haven is 33 degrees, 31, and mostly sunny right now in Dowagiac.
Well, look at out the
I see some
windows of the
sunshine.
Pat Moody studio. It is beautiful.
Well, I see some sunshine. I will agree. It is beautiful. Did we have a full moon this morning? It looked full.
I didn't see the moon.
Oh, it was in the sky.
Well, I figured.
Yeah. If you're missing the video live stream this hour, good morning, by the way. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Wyble. Also in the studio, Andrew Green. And we were talking movies on the video live stream for a special thing that we're doing. You're going to have to get, for more detail on that, you're going to have to check it out. But if you miss the video live stream, you miss a lot because we were talking about imagining a sequel.
Right.
A sequel to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And it went very downhill very fast. So,
well, it's just kind of like, where are they now?
Yeah, where are they now?
Right.
Where are they now?
Where is Ferris? Where's Cameron? Where's Sloan? Mr. Rooney obviously is deceased.
Is in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's deceased. Yeah, that too. Okay. Anyway, in jail, and then he died in jail.
Right.
We'll say that.
Rabies from getting bit by the dog.
From rabies. Love it. Okay. So if you want to check it out on the video live stream, you can do it right now. We understand if you can't, maybe you're driving at this point. We don't want you to go over to your social media platform at this point in time. But if you
can still comment later.
Well, you can comment. You can watch it later. We have the video archive on Facebook, on YouTube. Just check it out. Just type in WSJM on your favorite social media platform and go back and watch the video. Share it with friends. We appreciate it when you share it with friends. We appreciate the little emoji icons and the comments as well. So thank you for doing that. And there's a special incentive.
Yes.
If you participate in that. And Mike Wyble is monitoring that very closely.
I am.
Yes. So good morning, and thank you for joining us on the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Mike Wyble's here. Andrew Green, can we talk about movies now?
Sure.
Let's talk about movies. And so Andrew Green, every week he brings us a special program that we've come to adore on Friday mornings. It's called Flick Pick. And in honor of him being here today, we decided we were just going to do the Flick Pick kind of live and just quiz Andrew about different movies that he's seen recently, what he thinks about them.
Yes.
And then anything else that we want to throw his way, like Ferris Bueller, the sequel, and what Sloan's doing these days. Again, watch the video live stream. So Andrew, thanks for joining us this morning, and thank you for Flick Pick every week. We really appreciate it. What movies have you seen recently?
In the past week, I saw Death of a Unicorn.
Death of a Unicorn? What is that about? Well, obviously it's probably about a unicorn dying.
It's a horror comedy with Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd,
a
few others. Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd are a father and daughter. They're on their way to a remote nature preserve in Alaska to spend some time with a wealthy family, and they hit a unicorn with their car.
They hit an actual unicorn?
Yeah. So they stick it in the back of the car. They proceed to their destination. One thing leads to another. It turns out this unicorn's blood, and I guess it's ground up horn. They can cure any ailment.
Oh.
Because the family they're going to visit owns a pharmaceutical company, so they figure this out, and it turns into a big thing with everyone competing to milk every dollar they can out of this dead unicorn. the movie was not as funny as it was supposed to be, but
oh no,
I found the unicorns interesting.
Yeah?
They should have somehow just done more with that because there's 3 unicorns total in the movie.
Oh, 3 unicorns. Where are they driving? What region of the United? I assume
Alaska.
It's in Alaska. I never think of Alaska when I think of unicorns. Do you?
That's where they live.
Oh, that's where they live?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what, because you've not been there. That's where they are.
Is that why the narwhals are up there too?
Right. That's the water version of a
of a unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay. So rating, you want to give it a ad hoc rating? You don't have to.
3 out of 5.
Okay, 3 out of 5. Not bad. I like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, he is not so likable in this movie. He's just a scheming money grubber.
Oh no!
Actually, this is one of those movies in which every character is a terrible person except for the main character, and that's Jenna Ortega.
Okay.
You know, it was a slightly disappointing.
Okay. All right. Good.
Wah, wah,
Wah, wah. Any other recent movies that you've seen?
I saw the Minecraft movie.
Oh, what did you think of that? So both Mike and I, we won't tell you, but there's a certain character in that movie we totally dislike. It feels like.
Is it Jack Black?
It is Jack Black. Yeah.
I thought he would be the biggest problem. He's not. I actually found Jason Momoa to be far more annoying.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. They make Momoa's character too big of a.
What is his character in that movie?
Well, he's a washed-up former video game champion. He's trapped in the late 1980s. Basically, he owns a vintage video game store. He's about to be evicted, so he gets sucked into the world of the Minecraft games. And his character is very arrogant and very stupid. So it gets it gets annoying after a while.
Okay, too much shtick.
Yes.
Okay. How about Jack Black? How does he do?
He was less annoying than I thought he would be.
Oh, okay.
A lot less, actually.
Wow.
There are 2 kids that get sucked into the game.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not easy for him to do.
No. But there's 2 kids who get sucked into this game, and they're fine. And another woman, she's fine. The movie itself, I think for fans of Minecraft, would be a lot of fun.
Okay.
You don't have to be familiar with the game to understand the movie, but it's basically just a live action cartoon, the entire thing. So
good for kids, good for adults?
Yes.
Okay. Have you played Minecraft before?
Yes.
Do you like that? Do you appreciate that game?
I played it for about a week, maybe 13 years ago.
Okay.
So I didn't play it for very long. It wasn't really my thing.
Even as an adult, I find it very zen, very peaceful. I think I mentioned before, it's kind of like raking one of those sand gardens.
Oh, yeah.
You get to do whatever you want to do. So that's kind of fun. All right. So we've got to get to a couple of messages here, but rating on Minecraft, the movie.
Another 3 out of 5.
Okay. So you recommend spending a couple of dollars on it?
If you want to see it, you'll probably enjoy it.
Okay. All right. Very good.
So no wah-wah on that one.
No wah-wah. It's but I think what I really like about this is the live flick pick with Andrew Green. We should probably have him in every Friday.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, all right. We'll talk with that. We'll talk with your agent about that. It's 7:58. It's the WSJM Morning Show. More in a moment.
My name is Tammy Gould. I'm the
All right. Thank you for the flick pick stuff, Andrew. That's fun. We've got to get a couple of messages in here, but first, Mike, do you want to give folks again another cue on how to get one of these fine collectible fun pens?
Yes, actually, my wife chimed in and said her favorite movie is The Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's a great movie too.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
So if you want to get a Pat Moody nostalgic collector's item vintage pen that just might have been in a box tipped over in the storage room.
No, the box was shoved back.
Oh,
it wasn't tipped over.
Okay, so it was shoved back. If you'd like a shoved back pen, then if you'll comment on your favorite movie from the 80s on the video live stream, we will send you a Pat Moody pen.
Mike Wyble is going to make sure that you get this thing, and you're going to have to reach out to these people for addresses if that's the way we're going.
Yeah, we'll have to do that, yeah.
Okay, we'll work on it.
But they're regulars.
Okay.
I know where my wife lives. I know where your wife lives. So there's a couple of them. And then Judy's all in on mailing the stuff out.
If she comments.
FedEx.
Yeah, right. All right, it's 7:59. It's the
WSJ. I thought she agreed to that.
WSJM Morning Show, Friday, April 11th. We're going to be back with news in just a moment right here on WSJM.
Every time. Feel at ease with McGee's. Call today for your estimate.